Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully, everybody is doing really good today. Today we're gonna show you guys how to change that transmission fluid in 2006 Toyota Tacoma. We wanna change the fluid, and we wanna change as well the filter. I'm gonna go under the car, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you guys need to remove, and let's do it. First of all, that you guys have to do it, you guys gonna have to remove the plug where you guys gonna add the fluid. The reason you're gonna remove this particular plug first, that's because later on, if you remove the fluid and you have a trouble and you cannot remove this plug, your vehicle is gonna be without fluid until you fix this problem. All right. So the plug to fill it up to add the fluid is gonna be right here. This one is gonna be 24 millimeters. You can use a socket or you can use a wrench. It's up to you guys. But this one that's 24 millimeters. Remove this one first before you do anything else. And then over here you have the drain plug. This one does the drain plug. So that way you can drain all the fluid for the transmission. This one is gonna be 14 millimeters. This one right here. This one right here, that's gonna be L wrench, 5 millimeters. You can use socket or you can use the L wrench as well. That one does the level for your transmission fluid. All right, when you add it, transmission fluid, the transmission fluid is coming from there. This one right here, that's gonna be 10 millimeters. You have a 20 volt around the pan because we're gonna remove the pan. So that's like 10 millimeters. That's easy. Make sure you guys be careful. Don't use any impact and anything to remove it. It takes a little bit of time, but remove it when you're wrench manual. Okay. So remember, this one does to drain it. That's like 10. That's gonna be 14 millimeters. So after that, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you guys gonna need it. You guys gonna need one of these one. That's one of these beds. So to go under the car, you can use one of this one, or you can use a cardboard. It's up to you guys. For me, this one does easy, really handy. So that way you easily go inside the car and get out and get more tools or whatever. Yeah, this one does the tools you're gonna need. This one does a 10 millimeters socket. You're gonna need this one right here. This one does to remove the bolts around the pan. Get an extension. Extension become handy too as well. And you're gonna need a wrench as well. And you're gonna need this one. That's the 14 millimeter socket. You're gonna need this socket. That's for the drain plug. So this one you're gonna need it. And that's 14 millimeters. This one that's a wrench. You're gonna need a wrench as well. So and this one that's 24 millimeters kit. So you're gonna need one of these ones. You can use these some like this one, or you can use like a socket. It's up to you, whatever you have available, but it has to be 24 millimeters. This one that's for the drain plug. How this one, I'm gonna use this one. And you guys gonna need an alley wrench, or you guys wanna need one of these sockets to remove the fuel level bolt. All right. So you guys gonna need you guys gonna need a pan too as well. So this one that's a plus. That's a must. You're gonna have to have it. Walmart, they have these ones for like $19 or $12, something like that. I don't remember. I think you can buy it in Walmart for like $12. So get one of these ones. They come in really handy. And we're gonna use this one to do the job. And we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna teach you guys how to rock and roll in this baby. So let's do it together. Another thing that you guys gonna need a pump. So like this pump right here that I have it in my hand, that's worthless. Don't buy this thing. Don't waste your money. I think that's like $7, and it's gonna fall apart. So the hose, they keep falling inside the drawer. Not like hard time to use this pump. So don't use it. I'm gonna put this one apart, and this one does the deal. You guys gonna have to need one of these ones. This one does one of the best pumps. The AutoZone or the other parts, they have it. Maybe they have more pumps somewhere else, but what I like in this one, these little nozzles right here, they clamp the hose, so that way the hose, they don't go nowhere. That's really tight. This one does the type of pump that you guys gonna need it. Use one of these ones. Spend $10. You guys can buy it in AutoZone for $10, and you're gonna skip a lot of problems. And this is really fast. As soon as you start pumping, this thing is start pumping. There's no joking around. So use this pump for your job, okay? So don't be cheap. Yeah, I know you're gonna use it again. So use this pump. You can use it for a lot of stuff. Here we are, guys. Now we're gonna heat them up. We're gonna get it in action. Let's rock and roll. We're gonna need 40 millimeters. We have the drain. And now we're gonna have the 40 millimeters with a wrench. Let's open this baby. Let's see what's come up. So try to open it. So easy. So as soon as you lose it, try to do it by hand. Almost like when you do the oil change, you remove the bolt by hand, so that way you can have the control of the plug. Look at that, like all black. I don't think that they never changed the oil, the fluid in this vehicle, but it's black. They really need it. A lot of dealers, they're gonna tell you that they don't need it, and that's wrong. You're gonna take care of your vehicle. You wanna make sure your vehicle is in good working conditions. This one over here, that's the plug for the level. Always remember, this one, they have a washer. So that's a bolt with a washer. This one does the washer right here. Make sure you guys pay really good attention. If that washer is already all messed up, replace it, don't put it back. Go AutoZone, replace it for the new one, and boom, that's it. Spend another like 50 cents, like $1. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change sockets right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove that level plug. Such as you're gonna need 5 millimeters Allen wrench. So I'm gonna do with a socket. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one as well. Make sure you hold it really good, so that way you don't over thread it. So and as soon as you lose it, do it with your hands as well. So to make sure that you have the control of the bolt or the plug or like whatever you're gonna call it. So as you remove it, you see that's easy. That's only like that plug right here, the drain, and the fuel and the fuel and plug that you have to remove it. For now, we're gonna have to remove the rest of the bolts. So I'm gonna show you guys how to remove the rest of the bolts in a little bit, so that way you guys can remove it. The other ones is gonna be like a 10 millimeters. The ones, and that's like 20 bolts that we're gonna have to remove it. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm gonna remove the bolts, 10 millimeters around. So I'm gonna remove only like few of them. This one does one of them. And remember, use the socket, the wrench, and 10 millimeters. So I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm gonna remove another ones, so that way you guys can see it exactly how to be remove it. And then I'm gonna skip that step, because pretty much I'm not gonna bore you guys, so I'm not gonna make the video too long. So you can use your socket and your extension to be able to have a leverage and remove the bolts, and then like you can do by your hand. So I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm gonna remove another one, and pretty much I'm gonna skip that step, so you guys know how to remove the bolts. So what I really recommended to do, that's to remove it like a little by little, because like remember that the pan still have a fluid in it. So the pan still have a fluid. Before you start removing all these bolts and everything, so what I suggest you to do, that's to put the drain plug again, so that way it's not dripping oil into your hand. So make sure you put that plug it. Don't tighten it in. So who's put the plug in it so that way they don't drip oil, and then like keep moving, removing all the bolts. What I suggested to do, that's to remove the 6 bolts from the sides. From the sides I'm moving it right now. I'm removing these bolts right here. So I suggested to do those bolts first and leave the ones in the front and the back. So that way you can still hold in the pan in it, because remember, the pan still have a fluid in it. And if you remove it, it's gonna drop and it's gonna splash all the oil. So the best way to do it is remove the ones from both sides, and then the front and the end, leave it for the last. Yeah, and that's how what I did. And I don't have no problems with this. I've been doing this one for like a little while, and it's all the time it work. Alright guys, so here we are. Here's the pan. So I finally put it down. So remember I told you guys, the pan still have a fluid in it. So when you guys put the pan down, so you guys make sure that like you guys really be careful with it. If not, you guys gonna spill fluid all over the place. So look, that's why I tell you guys to remove the one from the sides and leave the one from the back to the last, so that way they can hold the pan and you'll be able to hold it with one hand up and be able to remove it with no spilling oil. So this one right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this one does the filter. So this one right here does the filter. This one, they have 2 bolts, one right here, one on the other side. That one right there, that's one, and this one right here, that's another one. And the front, they have another 2 bolts. This one does like 10 millimeters. They hold in their that's the ones they hold in the filter. So look, I'm gonna give you guys a pic. People, they tell you guys to don't change their filter, and look at that how dirty it is. Now we're like, man, and that's like $25 filter. So spend another $25 and have your transmission fluid and everything changed normally. I'm gonna remove this one. This one does a 10 millimeters. This one too. And I have one in the corner right here. The other one in the other corner. As I loosen it, and then I'm gonna lose the other one, and I'm gonna pull my right side, and I'm gonna remove it by hand. This one is gonna make my filter coming up, so I'm gonna remove those. And as soon as I remove those, so the filter is coming up, you have to kind of like pull it down like a little bit, because they have like O-ring inside and holding it, kind of like a little bit of pressure. But like as removing this one, you guys see it start wiggling like a little bit, start like moving. So that's, look, and that's easy. You can do by hand. Now, like, you don't need to tighten up those bolts at all. So those bolts, they don't need to be like all tight. Now you can remove it by hand, and you can tighten it up almost by hand. I don't think you have to give it like an extra push. Yeah. So pretty much to remove this one, I'm almost removed the last one, and I'm gonna show you guys how the thing coming out. When you guys remove these particular filters, those filters, they have an oil ring inside. So look, push it from the back, touch it forward, and it's coming up. Right there, that's the filter. That's how to do. You see the little the little pipe they have right here? Yeah, it goes like right there. So that way you can put, you cannot miss it, because you're gonna have to align the hose where the hose from you're gonna have to align the filters with the hose, so that way you can put it back in the bolts in there. So you cannot miss it. Look how dirty it is, this thing. And I cannot believe people, they still recommend it to don't change the filter. I'm like, that's insane. I'm like, that's not good. Look at that. I can tell you though, that's somewhat like a trash can right there. Yeah. And another thing, don't forget, right here they have the oil ring. You guys have to remove that one. Make sure you guys don't forget, because if not, you guys gonna put the other one, and you guys gonna push that one inside, and you guys gonna have a problem. Now you guys have oil rain like serving around in the transmission. Alright guys, here is the parts that we're gonna need it. We're gonna need a filter. So I'm using today the Dudalax, and that's the TF225. That's the part number. And I've been using Dudalax for like a little bit, and it's been good to me so far, so I keep using it. So this one, it comes with a gasket for your oil, for your fluid pan, for your transmission pan, and this one does the filter. So the filter, they have the oil rings right here, as I told you guys. Make sure you guys remove the old one. Make sure you guys remove the other one, because like if this one push the other one in, now you guys gonna have a problem. So let's do it. Change it. This one does that the fluid I'm gonna use it today. So that's the ATF brand. So make sure you guys ask your AutoZone or whoever that you got, or like which one does it best for your vehicle. So I'm gonna use that one. So look, how dirty is this one? It's black. You cannot even see the pan, right? So this one does that fluid, the fluid level. So that's one of the bulbs that will remove it. So you guys kind of have an idea when the fluid got all the way to the level, start dripping, and you go from there. This one does the gasket too. They're gonna have a gasket, this one right here. Make sure you guys remove that one and put a new one. That one that's trash, so I put it aside. Don't put it back in. You already removed the pan. Now I put a new one. And make sure you clean the surface of that pan. So don't leave anything dirty. Make sure you clean everything. Here is the pan all clean up. So I clean everything, as you guys see. And another thing I would like to address, when you remove the pan, you see those magnets? They have like 4 magnets in the pan. Make sure when you clean it, don't throw away those magnets, because those magnets are the ones that hold it, any metal that your transmission is disposing. So make sure you have those things. And that's a comparison over here for the filters, and so that way you guys can see that's really important to change the filters. So that's one, I think, one of the essential things that you're gonna have to do it, because like doesn't matter if you change the fluid, if the filter is dirty, so the fluid is not gonna be able to travel freely as they should. So you're gonna have to change that the gasket, and you're gonna have to change the filter as well. So don't skip that step. Well, like that's for your own good. You're not gonna find out later on that what your car broke down, your transmission broke down because you was cheap and remove that and you don't remove the filter. Yeah, don't do Mickey Mouse. If you're gonna do the Mickey Mouse, go to Disneyland. So here is the new one, new gasket, new filter, and clean it up. And I have the 4 magnets, so, and I clean it under the car. The attachment that goes with the transmission, so it's all clean already. Look at that, how beautiful they look like. So make sure you don't touch nothing else. Clean it, whatever you have to clean, and leave the rest alone. Don't touch anything. So everything that goes smooth, keep it that way. Don't touch anything. Don't try to. This one has a filter. I got the O-ring right here. As you guys see, I put like a little bit of fluid so that way it lubricate. So now I'm gonna put it back in. So this one that goes right here. So what I'm gonna do, this part right here has to go right here. So I'll make sure put it in the right place. You guys hear that? The click. And you can hold it with the palm of your hand right here until you grab it from here. So this one does a 10 millimeters bolts. So I'm gonna put it back in right here. Tighten it up by hand. Don't use your rods right now until like you put all of it. And put it in the corner. Don't put it like consecutive. Try to put it one in each corner to hold it. Then there's the other one right here. Remember, that's 4 volts for the filter. And when you hear, don't touch anything else. Focus on what you do and don't touch anything else. You don't want to mess up anything. Everything that goes so smooth. So don't damage anything. A lot of people, they torque it. So I'm going to use it by hand, these ones. So this one does the 10 millimeters. Right here. You see, hand tight. That's it. Right here, hand tight, remember, push it, right here, you good. Remember, hand tight, right here, that's it. You're done. You're done with the filter. So your filter is done. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get it, the pen, and I'm gonna put the pen in it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the pen and I'm gonna put 2 bolts, one here and the other one here, so that way you hold it. And then I'm gonna put the rest right here, and pretty much that's it. Okay guys, right here that's the pen. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the pen right now. So you guys have to be careful right here. Right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the first I'm gonna put a 1 right here, and I'm gonna put a 1 on the other side to hold it. You can hold it when you hand right here. I'm gonna put it this right here. Right here. Right here. Oops. To tighten it up first, you tighten it up by hand. Don't tighten it up with your watch or something like that. Don't use none of that thing. Okay? Use your hand and don't tighten it up too much, because you're gonna have to have a little room to put the rest of the bolts. Okay? And if you have a trouble because the seal is moving, use like a little screwdriver or pick to direct that the bolt. Like me, I'm gonna use a screwdriver to poke it right here, and then now you can direct that the seal. Like watch, like the seal is moving right here, you can move it right here, and then you can start putting your bolts. Okay. Now we're good. Once I have another bolt, so I'm gonna put this one right here so that way you guys can see it. And pretty much that's the way you do it. So I'm gonna put all those bolts right here and these ones. By the way, I remove it and tighten it up by hand. So, and then I'm gonna put this one over here. Don't forget to put this one right here. And this one, leave it open because we're gonna fill it up from the other side. We're gonna fill it up from here. I have my pump right here. I already put my pump to work. So that's the filter right here. So that way you can fill your transmission. And that's the overflow right there. When you guys see it, if it start like dripping from there, you guys put the plug back in. And then like what you guys got to do after, you guys gonna have to go and turn the car on. And then you guys remove the plug out. And then you guys keep filling it. As soon as you guys see it as dripping again from here, so you guys put the plug back in, you give it like an extra 2 pumps, and then like you start putting all your bolts together. So you're done. So don't forget to tighten up all your bolts and remove that hose from there. Put your plug for the filler, your bolt, and then you're done. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace up. Thank you for watching, and I say you stay tuned. Peace up.